I'm working at trying to bring myself to down.
You started the conversation halfway through.
Sorry,
Are
yes.
you feeling better?
I don't think. No, I don't think I. No, I am. I can't seem to coalesce. That's the word. I'm having. I don't know if it's coming from. It doesn't feel like when I go to the. I'm just going off to the divine room where I get.
No, that's not it at all.
It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels more like when a year or two ago, when I was experiencing those things where I was like the equivalent of what we would call here like seizure-ish type activity. It's just...
You're picking it up from Gaia.
From Gaia, okay.
It's coming from beneath up.
Okay. Well,
not from above down.
Okay. I'm trying to catch the thoughts. The thoughts are very hard to catch. Is this process, is this reaction that Gaia is having, is it just something that's positive or is it something negative?
It's neutral.
It's neutral. Is it deep or is it shallow?
It's more on the surface, closer to the surface.
Okay. Is it localized to an area close to where I am? Or
no. It's actually on the other side of the world, in the Himalayas.
Okay. There's something going on in the Himalayas on Gaia that's... Is it an earthquake? No.
Not an earthquake.
Is something irritating her?
Not exactly. We keep getting it inside the Himalayas. The lava is bubbling.
Okay. But the bubbling and the moving of the lava in Gaia is...
It's ripping open new fissures.
Oh.
And it's not just in the Himalayas. It's everywhere there's mountains.
So it's not the... Okay. So it's the volcanic...
Spreading out.
Gaia is spreading out?
Yes.
Would you compare it like a growth spurt?
Not exactly. Because she's not growing, she's spreading. She's evening out.
She's evening out. Is she maturing?
It's not maturing.
Okay. She's just spreading out, okay.
Yeah.
But she's spreading out everywhere at the same time.
Yes, it's evening out.
Is this a normal process? Does she do it like this often?
No, this is something new.
This is an important question. Is she the one that decided to do this and is doing it? Or does someone else spark it or
God
trigger
sparked it?
Okay, God sparked it.
God said something to her and she decided to do this. She's preparing for the God boob.
Oh, okay. She's making a preparation. Gaia's going into preparation for the God boob. And so she's taking the steps that she needs to take for that.
Yeah, so she doesn't get messed up.
Are there any of those bubbling magna pockets spreading out going on in the area
yes.
Where I am?
It's at the whole earth.
Okay, it's like consistent around the whole earth. Will we be seeing physical manifestations of this?
Not for a while.
Okay. But
it's underneath.
I'm going to ask you, when you say not for a while, is that like a month, a year, 10 years?
Oh, not 10 years. I'm closer to a month or two.
Okay. Because a while is... When you're talking to spiritual beings, a while could be 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's closer to a month or two.
Okay.
But it'll be pretty even. It won't be like a sudden spike.
I'm going to ask this because I'm really not very clear today. I'm having... So do you mean that it'll just be like small volcanoes going off everywhere, or...
It won't be volcanoes.
Earthquakes, or...
It won't really be earthquakes. It will just be, a shifting. It's not going to shake. It's just going to go... Oh. She's getting realigned. You know, like when you go to a chiropractor.
Yes. But getting realigned, we will experience... When Gaia realized... We won't be really experiencing on the physical level. The people who are living on Earth won't physically recognize what's happening?
It's gonna appear, but it'd be subtle.
Okay.
It won't be like boom, 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 boom. No.
It'd be like...
Yes.
Okay.
Like we said, like going to chiropractor, they sort of push and it just sort of shifts.
Shifts. Okay. Alright. Is this happening with any other planets?
Yes, the other one the Annunaki was messing with.
Okay, so mainly
It's clearing out their influence.
Okay, so this is occurring with planets that had
Been damaged.
It's damaged and had in the darkest of the dark.
No more than planets that have been damaged.
Damaged. So this is a part of the healing of the physical damage that had occurred on these planets.
Yes.
As the Anunnaki were trying to terraform.
Annunaki and others, yes.
The others were trying to manipulate the planets themselves, not just the people or ones upon it. That this was a making room for the realigning of them back to where they are supposed to be, because not just the souls will be returning to their wholeness. The planets will also be returning to their wholeness, and
there might be like volcanoes under the water, under the oceans, to create new land.
Okay.
But that'll be the extent of it. Mainly it's just going to be like oh, that feels better. Like that.
Yes, just a slight adjustment that feels, and then that will give space for
new land to come up.
It will help the earth to be prepared so that when the God above comes through and she returns to her divine self, that she is prepared to allow that to occur.
Yes.
Without having to be so abrupt and startling.
Yes. Otherwise she would have cracked because she was so out of alignment.
And it'll take about a month or two to get this sort of...
Yeah. Fully done. There's going to be a slow shift.
Yes, because it's going to be more of a tide than a boob like before.
Yes.
So that will allow that to adjust.
And that is what you're picking up on.
Okay. I'm doing a little better now.
Well, you got some answers.
Yes, the answers helped me to understand. It was a very difficult night, and
yes,
when I woke up this morning, it just immediately started building. So and because there's been so much that has happened recently, I didn't have any idea if this is a positive, negative, or what it was.
Neutral leaning positive.
Yes, okay.
It's nothing negative.
Yes, it's nothing negative. It's just a natural thing that Gaia needs to do to realign to who she is, so that when the God who comes through, it will work more smoothly. And
yes.
I got it. Okay. Thank you for this, because I was not...
Yes, and you're not only feeling it from Gaia, you're feeling it from all the other planets too.
That are having to do this shift. Because most of the planets, you would say, that have already got to 100% realignment were doing okay.
Yes.
They're already in a place where...
Yes. The God tide will be...
fine, and it'll just be wonderful and peaceful. But
they're just bringing some healing to the ones who were damaged before it happens.
Yes.
So it's smoother.
So the ones who were the most damaged by darkness, he's doing a little extra preparatory work.
Yes.
I can put that into some perspective, and so I'll understand that that's when I'm feeling this and what's going on, is that now I'm going to say this. Now I'm getting woozy-ish.
Go lay down.
Could you hold just a moment, please? There's movement.
Okay.
Just a moment, please. This is not like the sudden jerking, but it's like I'm moving farther and getting very broad vision.
That makes sense, because we just said you're connected to all of those planets.
There is something occurring right now after that happened. It is like broad. Hold on. I think and believe it may be something that is happening, and not in a negative sense. I think there is something. It is, okay, I cannot move right now. It is like something that's going on with Weaver. It's Weaver vision, but it's a different kind. It is similar. Hold on just a minute. It is similar. When you remember when we were looking and the attack occurred, and the Weaver went beyond beyond creation.
Yes.
But she did it in a very, I will say, fast and imperative purpose. This is a similar type of looking, but it is lower.
Like an inspection tour.
That is probably, yes, I believe there is occurring. Because not only have I can sense what she is doing, but not to the fullest extent. But I can feel what she is. It's like a feeling of that she has gone out beyond creation, very, 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 very far. And she is, but not in a fast way. And there is a, yes, I think inspection, looking, conceiving. I like the word conceiving. It is a conceiving of the space and all that is in it. And yes, she is going, when she came through with the Annunaki attack, she first connected to the space where the Annunaki had come into the divine and followed it backwards and found their tunnels and spread out from there. She came to know their, I will call it frequency. And she searched for that beyond creation. It is like somebody said, look for everything blue. And so she looked for everything blue, even beyond creation, and found all that there was of the Annunaki. What is occurring now is not a looking for one specific color, and so expanding and looking for that color. This is a slower, more settled expansion with the purpose of seeing if there is anything else out here. And so as she expands, she's not just looking for the blue quickly because she needs to find it. She is ascertaining if anything from anywhere has come out into this area. And there is a very big, I'm going to share something because this is very, 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 very rare for it to be shared. And that is why I'm going to go ahead and share it. It's of extreme peace, quiet peace, and quiet wonder. It is like the feeling that you have when you watch the snow falling at night. It is incredibly quiet and immense and soft. She is moving into the places, into that which is beyond creation. So far beyond creation. It is not even doubled or tripled beyond that which is creation. It is so immense. And she's doing it in this quiet, perceiving way. This is something very similar to that which is done before a creation epoch begins. Before God opens into a new, I will call it phase of creation, she always must go first and be there prepared and for because creation will flow through her. They are still singular and unique and direct to God, but there is something that as it moves away from God, they must flow through her. And so it is not, she does not know, I cannot tell if this is in this is the question I am unsure of at this moment, but it could go either way. It could be she is simply going into the space to make sure everything is clean and clear and taken care of. Like a walking in the woods. That is how it feels. But she could also be, because the very nature of her is to always dream and inspire and imagine, that she is seeing possibilities for this space. But this is so far beyond creation. This is so far beyond creation. I am a little curious as to why she would be having those thoughts here. Because we are nowhere near that. We haven't even ever come to that point. So I'm curious about that. And also could be that there is a understanding that as everything that has existed is realigned. Oh, that is it. Oh, you are going to like this very much. You are going to like this very, very, very much. You are going to like this. Epoch is the God tide, as we are calling it now, moves through creation. You must know and understand this. God is expansive, always exploring, expanding, creating. As the God tide moves through, not only will there be a healing and realigning, but there will become an excitement and a desire to expand that will be ignited in all. And he knows that this will do this, and that it was not part of the original plan, but there is no way for him to move through with the intensity with which he has to move through and not ignite the creative expansion. There is going to be, with everyone, throughout everything, a creative expansion, very much like beautiful Big Bang. Expansions of thoughts, ideas, creation that will be flowing quite rapidly if you consider from the way it has grown before. Because rather than targeted expansion, this will be everything. Everything is going to be so happy and excited and creative in divinity that we needed to lay the groundwork for the expansion that will occur, that will begin during the God tide. But immediately afterward, everybody's going to be so excited and giddy and have 1,000 brilliant plans. And it's going to go whoosh. But do not worry, because this is the work of the weavers, and we are very happy and excited about this. It will all balance out. It will not be chaos. it will be all, everybody will be connected again in harmony, and then the harmony moves in a way. And an expansion that has not been like the previous expansions and worlds which have been targeted, because God has not come through into a space with this intensity before, because he must go to this intensity to heal that which needs to be healed. The expansion that you saw that was going to go, the Gaia is preparing for, this is part of the expansion that is occurring with all things, even even in your realm, Uriel, there will be an expansion, and you will be so happy and feel so good. And for so long, you of the angels and archangels, you have been so much working with trying to help what was going on in the multiverse and the universe of the soul. That has been the focus of your attention. And your own realm has been only part of what you were able to focus on, because you were so caring and trying to help and assist. But your realm is going to become more beautiful than you could ever comprehend. This is what I am doing. This is what is occurring. It is a laying of the space for the preparation of what may occur. And even if it should occur and the expansion should reach this broadness for which I have come into, it is okay. For we are prepared and are aware and are to expand however far and however deep that it needs to be done. And the balance, we are perceiving the balance that we have always longed for or always tried to attain. It is so funny, because in this which we had, the balance was so much work and so difficult, and yet that which is coming, it is becoming so smooth. So that is where what the expression is feeling now. God was speaking not just to Gaia and the planet. He is speaking to all, just as when the attack came and the expression told all to connect to God for protection and unification. Now God is saying it is going to be very good. It is going to be very good. We will now. I am still going to continue to expand, not quite to the rate at which I was expanding, because this space is enough to begin with. And if more is needed, we can go more. It is very good. It is very, very